Fabulous. And just for this time, make sure that you've got some space around you. Have your knees bent. And let your arms rest wherever they want to rest. And take a moment to arrive here in this space. Taking some deep breaths in through the nose and out your mouth. As we welcome in the weekend. Just taking note of how you're doing, how you're feeling now after the week that has just gone. Acknowledge your wins from this week. Acknowledge all that you have done. No matter how small some of those wins may have been. And start to connect to your breath. Drawing our attention a little closer to this time. Allowing now our week to rest and for our weekend to begin. Entering into this time to reset, to refill our energy cup. And although you may have a different type of to-do list for your weekend, make sure that you find some time to do something fun, something that nourishes your creativity. Noticing the ground beneath you, allowing it to support and to hold you. Allow yourself to be carried for a change. And bring your arms closer in, and you can separate the knees now. And as you breathe in, raise your arms up and over. Feel the spine connecting to the ground, so you're drawing the belly in, and then bring your arms back up and over. Now turn your palms up and slide the arms by your side until they come all the way behind you, reaching back. And then come back down the same way, like a snow angel. And bring the arms down by your side and turn the palms down. Breathing in, raising your arms up and over. And exhale, bring them back down. Turn your palms up. Breathing in, slide the arms low by your side and behind you. And exhale, working them all the way back down. And do one more round. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breath out, bring them down, draw the belly in, connect to the spine, connect to the ground. And breathing in, slide the arms up by your side and behind, opening up the chest, the shoulders, and exhale, coming back. Now bring your knees into your chest and draw them close. And the hands on the knees and circle them, keeping the feet together, or you can have them separate a little bit and just moving the legs, warming up the hips, shifting stagnant energy. Good, changing direction. Lovely. Hold on to your right knee and stretch out the left leg. Switch sides, bring the left knee in. And again, the right. And the left. And then bring both knees in once more. Raise the feet a little higher and circle the feet. And then lift your arms and circle the hands. Change direction. And then point the toes away from you and your fingers. And stretch them all back. Stretch them away. And draw them back. One more time. Away. And back. And then relax the arms on your mat and give the legs a little shake up again, inviting movement of energy. Okay, and then place the feet down. Have some good space between your feet. Slide your arms away and lean the knees to your left. Over to your right. Again to your left. And to your right. Working your knees back to the center. Let's bring the heels in a bit closer to your hips and slide the arms in closer once more. Palms face down. Let's lift the hips to bridge pose. And slowly roll your spine back down again. Breathing in, peeling away from your mat, pressing down in your feet, pressing down in your arms, starting to wake up the glutes, your hips, your lungs. So your lungs are expanding here. The rib cage might expand as well as we pause and take a couple of breaths. And lower the spine down. Good. Let's just do 2 more. Exhale, lifting. Inhale, lowering. Exhale, lifting. And inhale to lower. All right, so let's bring the knees into the chest again. And hands behind your knees. Let's stretch the legs up. Press the legs against your hand. Bend the knees. And this time bring the chin down to your chest. And see if you can peel the shoulder blades away, drawing your head closer to the knees. Inhale, lay your head down and slide the hands up the backs of the legs as you straighten them to the ceiling. Bend the knees again. Exhale, lift. And inhale, release. Unfold the legs and slide your hands. One more time. And release. Now finish with your legs up to the ceiling and then bring your arms down. And I'm going to suggest you take your arms a little bit away from your mat, from your body. And we're going to separate the legs here in a straddle position. And then bend the knees slightly and we're going to bring the soles together. Now when the soles are together, you can close the knees and then stretch the legs up again. Separate the feet. Bend the knees, draw the soles together. Close the knees now and stretch the legs. So this is really good if you've been spending a lot of time sitting. So this is inviting a bit of freedom and mobility in the hips. So continue working through the straddle, bringing the soles together, drawing the knees in, and then stretch the legs. And do a couple more. Lovely. And then bend the knees and bring the feet down to your mat. Let the back settle. Place your hands on your abdomen. Take a few moments to breathe, to reconnect. Taking advantage of all the pauses, all the gaps. And bring your arms down, bring the feet in a little closer. If you've got a brick, grab your brick, your block. If you haven't, use a cushion. Grab a cushion from your sofa and place it in between your knees. All right, coming back to bridge pose, lift the hips. And keep the block steady. And then we're going to drop the hips, but not all the way down. So lifting and lowering. Lift and lower. We've got another 8 of these. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly lower the hips down, and you can put your block down. So we're going to use a weight now. Oh, I should have had that by my side. So I've got a 2.5 kilogram weight here, and it's hexagonal. It's really good to hold on to either sides, and it's that sort of silicone. So the hexagon shaped ones are really good because when you put them down on the ground, they don't roll away. So they're quite handy. Okay, so if you don't have a weight, then you can use your brick. You're going to place the brick between your hands, and then carefully, if you're holding the weight, carry it over your head. That's the last thing I want, for you to drop the weight on your head. Now, we're going to bring the soles together. Okay, so we're in Supta Baddha Konasana. We're in reclining yogi pose here. Soles are together, knees are out to the side. Arms are behind you. And as you exhale, we're going to raise your weight and look at your toes. So you're going to raise your head and shoulders and stretch the arms forward. Breathing in carefully, taking the arms back behind you. Exhale, use your core, hug your belly in. Now you might be able to peel the shoulder blades away a little bit more, and breathing in, lowering down. Okay, if you're finding the weight is too heavy, it's too harsh on your shoulders, then switch it for your block. Exhale, draw the belly in, arms forward. Inhale, release. Keep on going. We'll do another 6. Last one. And release. You can leave the weight behind you. Bring your knees together and draw them in towards your chest. Good. So keeping the knees close, take your arms away this time and lean your knees to the left. And to the right. And to your left. And to the right. And one more time, to the left. And to the right. Lovely. So I want you to lay yourself on your side now. Come up on your elbow. Have your legs straight. And then raise the top leg. Good. A little bit of resistance on the way down. Don't bash the bottom leg. Breathing in to lift. And out, slowly come down. In fact, don't even touch the bottom leg. Just fall short. So we're really bringing energy into the legs and the hips today. Energizing them again so you can go dancing today, tonight. All right, bend your top knee and then stretch it out. Lift the leg high and down. Tuck in, stretch out and lift and down. Tuck in, stretch out and lift. Good. One more. All right, so as we draw the knee in this time, open the hip, lifting the knee. Stretch it up. Tuck in, stretch out. Sorry, lifting the knee, stretch the leg and down. Tuck, open, extend and down. One more. And down, and then bring the legs together actually. All right, keeping them together, we'll do double leg lifts. And release. Lifting. Lowering. Lifting. Lower. And lift and hold this time. If you can, raise the top leg. Or if you can, raise that top arm. Steady the eyes. Ooh. Tentative arms lifting. Ooh, and then bring everything back down. Good. Bend both knees. All right, we're going to swing the top leg in front. That's going to help to move some of that lactic acid. So stretch the foot in front and swing it back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back. 3, 2, and 1. All right, great. Bend the knees. Use your hands. Come up and come to a seated position. Raise your arms. Interlace the fingers. Stretch out. And then bring the arms in front, leaning forward, and place your hands on the ground in front of you. That's it. Walk your hands as far forward as you can, keeping the sit bones connected to the ground. And then bow your head. Just take a couple of quiet breaths here, noticing the stretch here on the glute that you were working on, that top leg. And then working the hands back and the body back. I'm really feeling it in my glutes and my back today. I spent yesterday digging in the garden. And when I tell people that, oh, I'm really aching today, and it's like, well, why are you aching? You're a yoga teacher. You're doing yoga every day. So, but you're gardening. You're using different muscles, and it's a different action. So yeah. So this is great for me today, and it's really helping to stretch me out. All right, lay down the other side. And then raising the top leg. Remember to fall just short of the bottom leg. Good, one more. And then bend that in, stretch it out, and lift. Tuck in, stretch out, and lift. Tuck in, stretch out, and lift. One more. And then open the hip. Last one. And then bring the legs together. Lifting both. Release. Lift. And lift. Really feel the obliques working here as you lift both legs. Lift and hold. Raise the top leg. Raise the arm. Steady your eyes. Continue to breathe. Oh, I'm going. And then bring everything down. Tuck the knees in. And then swing the top leg in front and back.
Be mindful not to swing the leg too far back. So you can just take it in line with your hip and move the leg forward instead. Let that be the focus. Great. And then release. So here, lay on your front in a Sphinx pose. That's good. To allow the sensations to be heard and to be felt. Notice where you're experiencing any obvious sensations and watch how they change. Just for the duration that we're here, the sensations will change. Your body will settle in. The volume of that sensation will change. Good. Now notice the focus on the front of the body. Try and press down on your elbows and project your heart forward. Lengthen your neck. And then release the elbows and lower your body down. Turn your head onto one side. And you're going to bring your arms down by your side now as well. Bring the feet together. And as you breathe in, raise your upper body, your head, your chest, your arms as well, palms facing in. And exhale, turn your head the other way. Breathing in. And breath out. Breath in. Breath out. In. And exhale. Breathing in, pointing the toes, keeping them grounded, squeezing the arms in. And exhale. A couple more. In. Out. And in. And out. Sliding the hands up so that they're close to your shoulders. Just a little bit out to the side. Feet together, pointing the toes, breathing in cobra. Keep the elbows close. And exhale. Move back down. Breathing in, lifting. Breathing out, lowering. Breath in. And breath out. So this time, let's push back and come to our hands and knees. Draw the knees in a little bit closer and take some cat-cow. Arching the spine up to the ceiling. And then reversing the spine, looking forward, rotating the hips back. So pause here in your cat pose, pressing the ground away with your hands. Let's keep the front of the feet on the ground, but lift the knees. And then bring the knees down. And as you look forward, move the hips back to the heels. You can slide your hands a little bit further in front, so you're giving your shoulders a stretch in your back as well. Exhale, lifting to cat pose. Lifting the knees. You can see just an inch lifted off the ground, using your core. And then lowering down, looking forward, take the seat back. One more time. Exhale. Lifting. And release. Now tuck your toes under. Let's lift the knees and slowly raise the hips, stretching out the backs of the legs. And then taking your little free form down dog here, just to settle in. Stretch it out. Bending one knee at a time, if you like. And then bring the knees down. And sit back on your heels if you can. You can always put a cushion or a block underneath your bottom. Raise your arms above your head. We're going to interlace the fingers and move them around your head. Breath awareness, breathing in and out through your nose. Hearing the breath like a whisper, and then change direction. And then bring your arms down. Great. So bring the hands onto your mat now and stretch the left leg back and lift off the ground. And then tap the toes down and lift. And tap and lift. And this time tap and bring the right arm in front. Now keep the arm where it is and lift your leg again. Tap the toes down and lift. And tap and lift. Hold here. Bring the hand down. We're going to bend the knee out to the side. And then take the knee behind you. Tap the knee down. You can move the hips back a little bit. Stretch out the glutes. And then take the weight forward again. Take the knee out to the side. And I'll come back to that knee drop. Knee out to the side. Knee drops behind. One more time. And we'll bring the knee back onto the left side. Good. Drop your elbows down and clasp your fingers. We tuck the toes under here and lift to dolphin pose. Raise the knees, stretch out your legs, and turn your head so you look at your toes or your shins. You could bend one knee again here and alternate like you did in down dog. And bring the knees down. Beautiful. Flatten the toes. Come back up onto your hands. And take the right leg back. Stretch the heel back. And then lift. And tap down. And lift. Tap. And lift. Tap. And lift. And then tap and hold as you reach your left arm in front. Lift the leg. And tap. Steady your eyes ahead of you. Good. Lifting. Tapping. Lift. And tap. That's good. Bring the hand down now and take your right knee out to the side. And then take it across. Drop the knee down, hips back. Coming forward, knee out to the side, looking forward. Knee across and back. Knee out to the side. And back. And one more. And back. Whew. And back to center. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. So come up high on your toes here. Down on your heels. Come up high. And down low. And one more time. Lift up high onto the toes. See if you can creep up onto the 3 toes. And then draw the soles down. Bend the knees a little bit here. Have softness in the knees. Bring the chest closer to your thighs. And then bring the knees down. Sit back to your heels again. Good. So notice where the awareness is. Is there a buzzing in your arms and your shoulders? Feeling it more in your legs. Place your right hand on your shoulder and lift the elbow. Use the left hand to draw the elbow back and close to your ear. And release. And switch arms. Left hand. And release. That's good. So come up off your heels and step your left foot forward. Quite far forward. And then hands on the knee and lunge. So protect your knee if you need to. Let's raise the arms. And then bring the right hand down onto your knee and we'll rotate to the left and circle the arm to the left. That's good. And then bring your arms straight out in front of you. And cross the right arm on top of the left for eagle arms. Lift the elbows And then draw them back and down your spine. So the shoulder blades kind of lifting up and snuggling in down the spine. Look over your right shoulder as I'm doing. And then release, look forward. And bring your hands down either side of your foot and lift your knee, lift your back knee, and make a big step back with your left foot. Downward facing dog, lift the hips. Give the head a shake out. Bring your feet closer together and raise your left leg behind you. Now flex your foot. Feel like you're pressing the wall behind you, or if my hand was on the sole of your foot, press against it. And then bring your foot down. Let's do the same with the right foot. And bring the foot down. Lovely. Let's bring the knees down. Sit back. Sit up. And step your right foot forward. So the right foot is forward. And lunge. And raise your arms. And then bringing the left hand onto your knee, circle. Great. And then raising your arms. Bring them out ahead of you and cross your left arm on top. Wrap the arms around each other for eagle pose. Lift the elbows, draw the shoulder blades in and down. And look over your left shoulder. Looking forward. Release the arms. Leaning forward, bring your hands down. Let's take the back knee off. Step it back to plank. Straight into down facing dog. I'm going to step the feet forward. And unroll the spine. Great. Let's raise the left arm. And take a side stretch. So over to the right side.
The right arm can reach across. And then carefully work your way back to center and raising the right arm. Over to the left. And the left arm comes across. Breathing in, working your body back to center. Hands on your thighs, forward fold. Now your fingertips are going to come just in front of your feet here. We're going to slide the left leg back for standing splits. So working your chest closer towards your thigh. Pointing your toes now. Maybe lowering your head closer towards your toes. Chest to the thigh. Maybe you could take some fingers away, not be so dependent on all of the fingers on your mat. Perhaps just one finger on each hand. Maybe no fingers. Replacing your hands. Now put that foot down behind you and we'll stand in warrior one. Step forward. Hands on your thighs, exhale, forward fold. Place your fingertips down in front of your feet and slide the right leg back. Take your time, take your time. You could have a slight bend in your standing leg. Pointing the toes, steadying your eyes. And then working the fingers away. Not so steady on this side today. And then place your foot back down. Inhale, standing warrior one. Woo. Step forward. And then a bit of space between the feet. And you're going to move the hips. And some rotations. Change direction. And then come back to center. So we're going to come down to the floor. Sit yourself on your mat and grab your belt. So your belt you want to have in a great big loop, the biggest loop that you can have. Just lay with your knees bent for a moment, feet on the ground, let the back reconnect to your mat. Align your spine, your head. And then placing your foot inside the belt. Now have the buckle to your belt on the side so that it doesn't end up behind your head or your ear. So the other end of the belt is going to go around your head. So find a position where it feels quite steady. Remember, you don't want to have it around your neck. I know I mention this every time, but still, for those who haven't practiced this before or are new to my practice, the belt is definitely around the back of your skull, around the back of your head. Okay, so then once you're steady, you can rest your arms. And then if you like, you can slide that bottom leg out. And then find your sweet spot. So finding that balance, and you can probably tell now that if you lay back a little bit, you're getting a much bigger stretch for your leg, for your hamstrings. But if you push your foot away from you, then your head lifts a little bit. And for me, it feels like that lovely moment when you're having a massage or you're having a facial and the therapist holds your head and just lifts it from the couch. And there's that sense of weightlessness and a slight stretch, a slight lengthening in the neck, like that release of pressure underneath the head, underneath the occipitals. Hold on to the belt here as we shift legs. So you're going to raise the left foot up and make that transition. Planting the right foot down. Take a moment to steady yourself. Make sure you're happy, your head is happy. Oh, I've got a nice little bouffant quiff in my hair. And then slide the right leg out. Holding on to your belt now, bend your right knee. And then as you bend that left leg, the belt will come away and just rest it on your side. If you want, you can bring your knees into your chest one final time. Place your feet down. And you're going to stretch the legs out in Shavasana. So take up space here. Make sure that you have nothing around you that you are touching that is in your way. And know now that this is the most important part of your practice. To give yourself permission to rest, to be still. To acknowledge that this Shavasana is probably more productive than your posture work. To know that you can rest, to not feel guilty, to not feel that it's passive or it's not productive. It's resting, is doing so much. Allowing your body to adjust, to digest, to restore and heal. The body has an amazing self-healing mechanism. We need to teach the body to be in the best place possible for it to self-heal. We need to give ourselves time for that process to happen. The body needs to be relaxed. The body needs to be still. It can't be under strain or under too much demand. Enjoy these moments of stillness. Traveling with the rise and fall of your breath. I invite you to remain here in Shavasana if you have a little bit longer. If you want to bring your practice to a close with me this morning now, and take some deeper breaths in. Letting go breath out. Bring some movements back in to your hands and your feet. Being aware of the space around you and starting to hear different sounds that are in your space. Bend your knees and lay yourself onto one side. And then gently coming back into a seated position. I hope you enjoyed practice this morning.
Have a lovely weekend, everybody. Let's bring our hands together in union to seal our practice together today. Namaste.